What did your child say that made you realize someone was turning them against you? 12 years ago, when my 8-year-old daughter was recovering from a severe brain injury after a car accident, she looked up at me during therapy one day and asked, "Do you actually want me to walk again?" She didn't ask because she believed it. She asked because her father had told her the weekend before that mommy secretly liked her being helpless. It shattered me. Maya had been in recovery since the crash that nearly took her, and that accident was part of why my marriage fell apart. When it happened, I dropped everything to become her full-time caregiver. I was at every therapy session, every appointment, every long night when she woke disoriented and scared, asking if daddy was coming. He rarely was. He was out with friends, telling everyone how hard his life had become. He left us a year into her recovery, saying he was tired of always coming second. I asked if he meant it. He did. He moved out, barely explaining it to Maya. Somehow he still got weekend visitation. It made no sense. He'd never wanted the responsibility. But now it was clear he wanted her for one reason, to turn her against me. After that question, Grant's interference escalated. He started showing up to her therapy sessions, something he'd never done, and used them to perform. In front of the therapist, he'd loudly challenge me, argue about what the doctors said, roll his eyes when I spoke, and imply I was why Maya wasn't progressing. I was mortified, because it was the opposite of the truth. Every time Maya came back from a weekend with him, she was quieter, more withdrawn. She stopped doing her home exercises and started dreading therapy. Then, after one bad weekend, she came home pale and exhausted, flinching whenever I mentioned her next appointment. Grant said I was obsessing, but my instincts screamed otherwise. I took her in early and learned she'd missed a crucial therapy window because he'd skipped 2 full sessions during his weekends, telling her they didn't matter. When I confronted him, he smirked. Real parenting is knowing when to let a kid rest instead of dragging her to appointments. You're why she hates it. His words burrowed into me. Maybe I was pushing too hard. Maybe I was hurting her. The guilt was crushing. Then he served me court papers, claiming I was forcing Maya into unnecessary treatment and causing her emotional harm. My heart sank. He'd been building this the whole time, setting me up to look unfit. It spiraled fast. Grant started posting carefully edited photos online. Maya crying in a therapy chair, me looking drained, spinning them to suggest I was unstable and harming her. Friends stopped calling. Neighbors whispered at the store. Even my own relatives began to wonder if there was something to his story. Meanwhile, Maya declined. She barely spoke, stopped trying in sessions, and had a hollow look I'd never seen. Her recovery stalled under the weight of the stress and the missed work. My lawyer told me to document everything, every appointment, every exercise, every provider's note. So I did, terrified the whole time that I might still lose her. Then his online campaign exploded. He painted me as a dangerous mother, and thousands of strangers piled on, demanding Maya be taken from me. I felt utterly alone. Maya saw it too and started to crumble, begging me to make the fighting stop. She looked broken, and I felt responsible. The day we walked into that courtroom, I was shaking. Grant sat across from us, already smiling like he'd won. When Maya was called to speak, my heart froze. But she surprised everyone. She stood, small and unsteady, looked right at the judge and said, "My mom never hurt me. She's the only one who's ever helped me get better. Dad tells me to skip my therapy. He says it doesn't matter, but it does. Mom is the one fighting for me. Dad just pretends." The room went silent. Grant's charming mask slipped. He tried to cut in, but Maya kept going. Steadier now. "I'm tired all the time because Dad makes me feel like getting better is bad. He told me Mom didn't care about me, but Mom's the reason I can walk at all now." The judge looked stunned. I'd never been prouder, and never more terrified waiting for the ruling. Finally he spoke, firm and clear. He awarded me full custody on the spot, and ordered Grant's visit supervised, pending a psychological evaluation. Maya and I broke down crying right there in the courtroom. Grant stormed out humiliated, but as he passed, he leaned in and muttered, "This isn't over. She's still mine." He was wrong. Maya walks unassisted now, 13 and fierce, and she still tells the story of the day she stood up in that room and saved us both.